He's got it.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the San Antonio Express News Rangers Countdown Show here on KCWX-TV. I'm Chuck Mikutinik. Tonight, it's the Rangers playing host to the Oakland A's. For Texas, great week on the field. They won 4 in a row after Derek Holland shut out the A's last night at the ballpark. Texas ended up winning that game 6-0. It was also nice to see 4 Rangers make next Tuesday's All-Star game. Josh Hamilton was voted in as a starter. Former Mission Adrian Beltre, Michael Young, and C.J. Wilson are also headed to the Midsummer's Classic that'll take place on Fox San Antonio this Tuesday night. And oh yeah, the Americans will be managed by Ron Washington.
You know, you dream of the type of team that you would like to have fantasy-wise. Well, I just got a fantasy team, although it's real.
Joining us now is Richard Oliver from the San Antonio Express News. And Richard, we're playing this game tonight, obviously with heavy hearts. I mean, an unspeakable tragedy last night at the ballpark. 39-year-old Shannon Stone, a firefighter from the Dallas area, lost his life going for a ball that he begged for, and then Josh Hamilton flipped it to him. I mean, obviously not something you think you're going to see when you go to a baseball game.
It is a tragedy on a variety of levels. Number one, of course, the fan who died with his son sitting right there watching it, just an unspeakable thing to think about. But also Josh Hamilton, who's been through so much already. The Rangers talked after the game, Nolan Ryan saying that Hamilton was really distraught over this. And you know, when you think about Josh Hamilton, you think about the comeback that he's made, the resurgence, the great story. You just talked about him being voted into the All-Star game when just a few years back, this was a guy who was face down in the gutter. This is one of those situations where you think, what in the world is going on that this guy would get bedeviled time and again? But you and I were talking off the air about fan safety, and again, the attention's going to swing back to that now because that was something that probably could have been prevented.
You know, and it's just really, really sad because, you know, Josh was trying to be the good guy. You know, the fan was calling for him to flip him a ball, which he did. He hit him right in the chest with the ball, and then, you know, 2 hours later, we're talking about a tragedy that, you know, is going to be very tough for everybody to get over. I mean, this is just really a sad situation. Well,
you know, and it is something that's been coming up a little bit more and more. We saw a couple of days ago a fan, 3 fans actually injured by a bat that was thrown into the stands. The batter, it got away from him, got into the stands. They had great seats right above the dugout, and they paid for them with some real pain. And then we've seen this at Rangers Ballpark before where a fan fell out of the stands, another firefighter a couple of years ago. So this is going to be a discussion point, I think. You know, we've seen in the NHL where they protected fans from flying pucks. We've seen in some other areas where even they protected players by moving back photographers. These are the kind of things that I think are going to be discussed now because if this was, in particular, just a grievous situation, reaching down, falls 20 feet onto a hard surface and dies, that's something that baseball is really going to have to address during the offseason.
Well, on a positive note, obviously, you mentioned Josh Hamilton's going to be an all-star, and he's going to have some company with him. The Rangers are going to be well represented. I mean, what do you think we're going to look forward to on Tuesday night with the All-Star game? I mean, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
You know what I think is really fun in these kind of All-Star games is when your manager is the manager of the team. I want to see how does he maneuver and work things out for his players, especially when it comes to pitching. And it's reflective of the Rangers' resurgence of what's happened, Chuck, over the last couple of seasons. Last year, of course, making it to the World Series, and now they have, you know, the payoff this year. The Rangers playing great baseball, and now they're all-stars.
Yeah, now we got to see that the Rangers go out and win this All-Star game, so if they get far enough, they can have a home field.
They could have used it. They could have used it.
No doubt about it. All righty, we're back with more right after this.
Today, we're having a lunch intervention.
Who wants lunch? Come on now!
KFC's $5 everyday meals.
The original recipe?
Awesome.
Double-licious chicken sandwich?
Haven't had that in a while.
Choose one of 5 meals, like 2 pieces of original recipe, choice of sides, biscuit, and a medium drink. Just $5 every day.
Oh, listen, $5?
That's 5 for $5.
Unbelievable. $5. Can't beat that.
Are you ready for some KFC today? Today tastes so good.
For me, the weekend starts on Thursday with the San Antonio Express News. That's when the weekender arrives, and I get my first glance at what to see and where to be seen. Then I kick back with action of another kind, courtside, center ice, end zone, which works up an appetite, satisfied delightfully with the taste section. Finally, I settle in with the Star to get all the dirt on the stars. You see, a weekend this jam-packed needs to start on Thursday. And right now, save 50% off the regular price of the San Antonio Express News.
Blimey, why does everything from America have to be so big?
Come on, baby. すげえアメリカンブリトー。
バケモン
Mais c'est presque aussi gros que leur SUV.
What are you supposed to do with it? Slice it and maybe share it amongst the team.
Taco Bell's new Double XL grilled stuffed burrito. We start with steak, then add 3 cheeses, then add seasoned rice and beans, then add fiesta salsa and top it off with even more of your favorites. It's not just XL, it's Double XL. Think outside the bun.
We've got a great pitching matchup for you again tonight. Seems like that's the case every time we have the Rangers Countdown show. The A's send lefty Gio Gonzalez to the mound. Not only does he have an 8-5 record with an ERA well under 2, he seems to have his way every time he pitches against the Rangers.
Yeah, Texas will counter with their own stud port sider, all-star C.J. Wilson. He's 8-3 with an ERA just a smidge over 3. Well, that is going to do it for the Express News Texas Rangers Countdown show. For clips of tonight's ball game, be sure to catch Maximum Sports over on Fox News at 9 at roughly 9:45 or so. Richard Oliver, I'm Chuck McIntyre. Enjoy the ball game right here on KCWX.